to the reception for our wonderful new exhibition, Double Exposure, African Americans Before and Behind the Camera. And my task this evening is largely to introduce a handful of people who would like to say a few words to the assembled group. Before I introduce our first speaker, I'd like to give a warm welcome to our friends from Aetna Insurance. They are the sponsors of the exhibition, the generous donors to the Amistad Foundation, which has organized this exhibition, and we're thrilled to have many of them with us this evening. We're also very pleased to have a group from DePaul's alumni, a group of DePaul's alumni visiting with us this evening. Welcome to all of you. Now I'd like to introduce Father Dennis Holtschneider, President of DePaul University, to say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening. Oh, that's about as good as church. It's wonderful to be with you this evening and to be here to see this wonderful turnout. The folks that are here. You've just heard some welcomes to some of the groups, but I'd like to be a little bit more personal if I can, and welcome home, Marty Castro to DePaul University, who was a trustee of DePaul University for 10 years before he joined Aetna. Marty, welcome home. Others will say welcome to her, but I'd like to say a personal welcome to Deborah Willis, who's here from New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. It's a great honor for us to have you with us tonight. Thank you for everything you've done. And I'd like to thank, throughout the room tonight, many of our donors and supporters of this museum. This museum does a succession of extraordinary exhibits that create conversations that kind of ripple through the city. And I walk through Chicago, people tell me, Father, I just saw that exhibit, and they start talking. It's amazing what those who have supported this museum have built over the years. And it's also a chance for me to thank, when I've got witnesses, those who worked so hard to actually staff this museum. So, Louise, to you, to Laura, to all of those who are part of this wonderful museum, thank you for all that you do. I can't think of a better place for this beautiful exhibition than DePaul University, because of DePaul's commitment to first-generation students, DePaul's commitment to an open and multicultural society and community. This is the perfect place for double exposure. So we're very honored on behalf of Aetna and the Aetna Foundation to collaborate with DePaul to bring this exhibition to Chicago. And it really is about collaboration. We at Aetna and at the Aetna Foundation have a set of values that put the people that we serve at the center of everything we do. And part of doing that is creating collaborations, or as we say in Spanish, enlaces, bringing ties together. And the Aetna Foundation and the Amistad Center for Art and Culture have had a long-standing relationship, mutual relationship of support. Since the inception of the organization in 1987, Aetna has been involved in supporting the growth of the Amistad Center as it shares, acknowledges, and really collects and preserves African American art and culture. And we at Aetna, in our small way, have tried to assist the Amistad in taking that and sharing it with diverse communities around the country. This exhibition has traveled to San Francisco, to Atlanta. Of course, it's been in our home city of Hartford, now here to Chicago, and on to other places. But the collaboration that we have with the Amistad Center is one that we want to share with everyone here. We want to bring an organization like the Amistad Center, which is a jewel in Hartford, and make it a jewel for the rest of the country, because it will allow us, every one of us, to see the beauty and the legacy of African American culture. And for those of you who had the pleasure of being here earlier and listening to Ms. Willis's presentation on the works that you're going to see or you've already seen, it was very powerful and moving. So when you do have the opportunity to look at these photographs, and I wonder who among us cannot look at these photographs and see ourselves reflected in them, regardless of where we come from, see our families reflected in them, or to share what those photographs are communicating from one generation to another and one person to another. And it is that kind of communication, that kind of mutual collaboration among us that will bring us together and make us a stronger community. And that's why we at Aetna and the Aetna Foundation are very proud to be part of this. So with that, I would actually like to share something else with you. I know some of you did have the opportunity to hear Deborah Willis earlier, and now you're going to get a double treat to hear her again. But she's someone who is not a person who just knows about African American photography. She's not an expert on African American photography. She is the expert on African Americans before and behind the camera. And we are very honored to have her here with us to share a few words.
Thank you. I am pleased to be here. The talk, just to share the experience of the notion of a conversation, it also has a lot to do with many narratives. And the narrative started with the beginning of photography in the 1840s. And preserving our memories through the creative process is always wonderful, because those of us who grew up with grandmothers who told stories, who quilted, fathers who sang and shared their own experiences, it's all a part of this exhibition. As mentioned earlier, you'll see a reflection of yourself throughout this experience. So thank you all for being here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. The Amistad Center is in Hartford, but thanks to Aetna, it's everywhere. We have a collection of 7,000 works of art and objects of our very own that started with one collector, if you can believe it, in Connecticut. We've added modestly to that, but really the gems of the collection are some of the early photography that you see here. We have over 2,000 photographs in our collection. We have 900 books in our collection, and they all document African American history and culture. And Aetna actually funded the very first catalog of our collection in 1987, which is wonderful. And they're with us in 2009, and they're going to be with us through 2012 as this exhibition and others travel to Florida and Baltimore and all over the country. So thank you very much. We're very happy to be here in Chicago, and we're very happy to have Deb Willis with us, who is a dear friend of the Amistad Center. So thank you, Louise, and enjoy the exhibition, and come back often, because you can't take it in just one night. So thank you.